ma'am. I didn't throw it away. Dang. Money. God. The bread I made last night came out so good. It was perfect. I made sliced bread this morning and sandwiches for everybody for lunch. Believe what I got. So exciting. All right, let's get this and this. Josh forgot this in my car today, so we're borrowing it. I've got too much time on my hands. Too much time on my hands. I forgot my tablet downstairs. See if you can guess what I got. Just looking at what's in frame. Money, I have tried feeding you every day. You don't eat your wet food. You complain about the dry food you're given. Oh, you can't see. Look what Josh gave me. I can almost pull myself up a little bit. I don't like that. I wish I could grab wider. I'm a monkey. I'm scared that the frame, the whole thing is going to come down on me. But you would have, I'm going to hang upside down from there. I sure am. Excuse me, ma'am. Can I help you? Ow. What the fuck? Another fucking spike in my carpet. Actually, no. So my ex-husband cannot use this same thing in his house because the door frames aren't strong enough.
discipline after 7th grade. He hated it at first and a certain beat up looks or anything like that. But talking to some of my military creator friends back, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago when the Ukraine war was a big deal, right? That was big in the news. I was always doing not pro-Ukraine content, right? And all my videos were just dead. Every single, obviously shadow banned. And I asked one of my close friends who's got a giant military channel, not going to give away names though, and I was like, what's going on, man? I'm seeing like all of these other military creators with boring channels, like not good at all. They're getting like 500,000 to 1 million views every single Ukraine video, and anything I do is just immediately not just like demonetized and shadow banned. And one of my buddies was just like, oh well, yeah, man, that's because they're all getting paid and getting view botted. And he's like, I've gotten the offers for it. You want me to tell you about the offer? That was like 2 years ago that he told me about that. Then Liz told me about the story she's working on, and I was like, oh yeah, I know all about this. We can give you eyewitnesses. And again, we have actual video Zoom calls for you on this, guys, to show you Liz. Down. No, this is not hearsay. This is no bullshit. Do you want to talk about the actual amount of money, how they were doing that first? Or we do
let's explain like what things looks like, right? So guys, I also exposed Integrity Initiative on Tucker Show and how they had this propaganda machine set up. So they had their designated journalists in every country that they were supposed to like just go out and propagandize people. They got caught. But what's really worrying is that it was like a militarized push, right? So it was not just journalists. There were intel and military officers on this board. So first of all, these two worlds should never collide. There should not be intelligence and journalists working together to do anything. I don't care if you're fighting Russian information or misinformation from Mars, okay? This should be unacceptable. But it was a literal intel operation ran by British Empire, not just Britain. It was a deep state that, we all know it's the same Epstein cabal, but in the media now, that has ties with Israel, like here in the United States, domestically, all that, okay? So what they did is they set up a very comfortable way to be in every country through search and journalists. And then they realized that the big media is not working for them as well as they thought, and they need to branch out into independent media. Well, what is independent media? This, right? YouTube channels, like successful YouTubers, creators, and so on. By the way, it was not just YouTubers they reach out to, right? So they have different companies reaching out to different people, but they are domestically paying them. So let me explain the payment model. They love their nonprofits. So if you have a nonprofit and you are a YouTube creator, they will pay you through your nonprofit, okay? Because it's not really...
I didn't know that one. That's a new way you just learned.
Yes, so that's not really traceable, and you don't have to really, declare anything, especially if it's like a faith-based organization or something like that. then it's like they love that stuff. So another way that they offered the payments were if you had an LLC, like a private company. So keep in mind, these people were promised ton of perks, like from DOD and DOJ and these people. So they had lots of insiders in the US. So it would be like, well, we have a company that sells, let's say, Nate has a company that sells shirts. Sure, we'll buy a lot of shirts from you, and we don't even have to buy shirts. We'll send you a lot of money, and we'll do like a
yeah. You don't even gotta send us the shirts, but we'll purchase them from your website. Yep.
Exactly, and also. Like if the contracts are under like a certain amount of money, you don't really have to be that specific of what was bought, especially if you're working with DOT or other places. I mean, we have entire system that I gave to certain people who will speak to the regulatory
my thighs.
But what they're trying to do is they're trying not to go under FARA and use domestic sources to pay these people. They were also offered a lot of views, YouTube growth. I mean, depends on who they were talking to, guys. So if they are talking to someone as accomplished as Nate, then it would be 10K plus 40K plus something, right?
Yeah, I'll explain the actual offer breakdown once you're done, Liz, for the viewers, because I got a really good grasp on it, thanks to
Right.
yeah.
Well, yeah,
The
absolutely.
military side, yeah. Go ahead.
But if you're talking to somebody smaller than Nate, right, and they need their YouTube channel to be pushed, they need their name, then the offer was different. So this is like very comfortable way they set this up, and now they are using it not just for Ukraine, but they are using it for Israel. It's crazy. They are using it for TP USA, Israel, and similar things. It's the same system. It's exactly the same system. Buying off influencers, right? And we promised the vets, like some of Nate's friends and my friend who's recording, I have. Yeah, you guys would love it.
Zoom call, guys. Not just the recording, yeah.
We promised them not to push it out, but because we want to bring you the receipts, we will definitely push out our favorite part of it that we picked out.
They're going to be putting it out themselves, right? So
Yes,
to not steal their thunder of their own content, but to show you guys the type of shit that's going on. Liz, real quick, let me explain to the audience what the offer to the big creators look like, big military creators. So one of my favorite close friends, the offer he got was $10,000. This is beyond the 7K rumor, right? $10,000 per YouTube video.
Who does this after working fucking
that was just
cutting down trees all day?
Then also they offered to basically
fucking lunatics.
pay
That's
for
who.
massive views and subscribers and like push through view botting the algorithm for his channel as well. So that's like another way that you can bypass the system where if like I pay for 1 million views on your video, YouTube pays me that money in AdSense, and we never talk to each other, we never touch. There's almost no way you can actually backtrack that. So they offered him $10,000 a video plus exclusive brand deals with big Ukrainian companies.
Hold on a second. What was that?
That's it for his channel as well. So that's like another way that you can bypass the system where if like I pay for 1 million views on your video, YouTube pays me that money in AdSense, and we never talk to each other, we never touch. There's almost no way you can actually.
That's what I think's been happening to my videos. I think someone paid to.
Exclusive
my phone's gonna
brand
die.
deals with big
Someone paid
companies and Israeli companies
to like there's no way that all the numbers that are in my chat right now, this very moment, there's no way that every single one of you is human. I don't believe it for a single solitary second that this many people are like sitting here watching me fucking mind my business. You know what I mean? It ain't real. There's no way possible. So I'm like so curious, like why would someone pay money to give me views, right? I don't understand it. I've been trying to think about it and try to figure it out. Mostly because I'm just curious. And again, I just don't believe for one single second that this is natural.
You have these drone companies that are also
hide the dope.
that are selling drones to Ukraine or working with Ukrainian companies, and then they also have access to that drone footage because they produce the drones. That's you're like watching. You guys have probably seen. Everybody's seen these drone footage online, right? You can watch Russia and Ukraine blowing each other. That's how these creators are getting that footage directly, essentially from the government or these companies that are doing
Yep.
it. So think about this, guys. Now, my friend turned this down because his YouTube channel is massive, and there's YouTube channels out there big enough, guys, where $10,000 a day to them, they don't care. So he's like, pound sand, get the F out of my face. I'm not selling out for that. But think about that. That offer is like close to $300,000 to $500,000 a month to push pro-Ukrainian propaganda. That was 2 years ago. Obviously, this is happening now with Israel.
With Israel.
Right?
With the same exact system, Nate. This is crazy.
But I mean, you think about that type, that's one creator though, right? And we got a list of like a dozen creators that did take that money. So you think about the amount of money they're putting out. And Liz, right before I turn it back over to you guys, what you alluded to that a lot of people don't understand is think about the $300 billion of U.S. taxpayer money that went to Ukraine. You, the taxpayer, they sent it there, and then they used that to pay our influencers.
I'm only using my butt muscles.
Propagandize you here in the United States.
Nate, I have a question real quick.
Yeah.
You said that when you got the offer, it was about 2 years ago.
I didn't get the offer. No, they
I'm sorry. When you heard about it.
Yeah. So how I heard about this, guys, is again I tried to cover the Ukraine war because my channel started as a military special operations channel. Anytime I touched Ukraine, and it was never in a pro-Ukraine light, the videos would do nothing. Like compared to my other videos, just tank. And then that's when I talked to my buddy. And I was like, do you know, like, how are, and I was looking at these other channels, these pro-Ukraine channels that are just doing massive views. And I'm like, it's not the content, what's going on? And he's like, oh yeah, well, you're not doing pro-Ukraine content. And it was like matter of fact. He's like, oh no, this is the offer I got. Let me explain the offer to you. That was 2 years ago.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, because you say 2 years ago, so that preceded this administration. So that my question is that it doesn't have to do with the administration, because a lot of times a lot of times on my channel I say that, you know, sometimes it feels like our politics, that it's all WWE, that it, you know, like when it comes
It's
to
crazy how I can literally see my butt
Yes, that's what I'm
like
saying. It carries over. That the
swell.
election would have had no effect on this operation.
Oh, absolutely not.
Just
and
from-
I explained that in Tucker's show as well. I said
A couple of
we are talking about
fucking
Lloyd Austin, but
pumps.
the earliest offer was just a year and a half ago, right?
Look at that.
So that was the earliest offer. So yeah, like just Trump.
Oh,
No, of course
I'm
not.
getting that
But
extra
keep in
little.
mind, the people at the DoD.
Oh,
are
that's
still
cute.
there.
I love that.
People
I have
at
that
the
thing
Places that were offered these deals are still there.
right here.
Very much because we have some of the names, right? Like who were offered.
Dude,
how,
I am
so-
like getting
so we
thick.
have all this
I've never been
information.
thick.
And so it's like a deep state operating within our country, within UK, within Europe, all of this, right?
This is like exactly the type of thing that like I talk about, like speculating all the time on my channel that like I think is happening, and like a lot of people, like people that watch my channel, they tend to believe it too. But other people, especially in my personal life, they usually think that I'm crazy.
There's like a
And that's the
muscle
type of
here
stuff
now.
That makes me that guy in the room, you know, peddling conspiracy theories.
No, you're not crazy. This is all real, and we're
Sorry,
about
guys.
to-
I had to change my shirt. I dumped my sunlight light all over
Oh,
the front.
shit.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. Okay, let's see.
So yeah, it's and
Hi.
like I said,
Hi, Sandrine.
they built this beautiful program for them where they don't have to declare themselves under Foreign Agent Act like under FARA, but they can still manipulate our media quietly. By the way, what I really liked is sometimes they approach people who are super
Yes.
anti-Ukraine, and we have those documented as well. Like people who are talking about completely
won't stay
different stuff,
shut.
like Ukraine, we should not pay Ukraine, we should not do that, but blah blah blah. And guess what?
If the price is right, sometimes they'll flip
Exactly.
a pancake.
Exactly, and the idea was that these creators who were super anti-Ukraine, they were hurting them because they were telling the truth. So they were like, "How about some money and shut up and change the narrative?" Does that sound familiar? Does it sound familiar? Yeah. So, but I will give you both options. By the way, we will show our favorite little clip from the Zoom call where
I'm having a
this
pretty
guy,
dang good day.
who, by the way, lives in San Francisco.
You're welcome,
This
Gloria.
is the best part. So you won't see like this part in the video, but I'll explain what happens next. I hope the owner will not get mad at me to give it out. But only I'll explain. I won't show it. So he tells this guy who's obviously like Ukrainian living in San Francisco, but he's protected by Americans behind the company, right? So he asks this guy, well, if you're here wanting me to help your country in any shape and form, whether it's propaganda or whatever.
Hold on, real quick. Listen to my audience. If you disrespect my guest, you are banned fucking immediately. Just if you needed a real reality check on that, a reminder. Okay? So, anyway, go ahead.
Oh, I love Nate. We are very similar. We are very similar in many ways.
Don't disrespect my guests on my show. Anyway, go
They know
ahead.
that. So, guys, yeah, so what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So this guy, so our veteran asks this guy, hey, listen, if you want me to protect your country and fight, like kind of speak for your country through my channel, why are you here? Why aren't you in Ukraine fighting for your country? Aren't you like the fighting age? And when you see his face, he's like fighting.
He is. Yeah, he for sure is.
And the best part is, guys, he flinches in a second, right? Like he knows that, oh shit, like what am I supposed to say here? And he goes like, well, you know, I've got health issues. So,
Yeah, of course.
yeah, he's got health issues, guys. So
I want my
play.
band.
It's our favorite part of it.
Yeah,
Huh?
he's flat-footed. Yeah. Do we want to play the clip and then you can
Yeah, second
expand on it?
one, and
I'm
let's
excited. I didn't see any of the clips yet.
yeah, let's not.
Dude,
play
I got
more
beat
than
up at work
this
today.
You're in control of it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So, okay.
I got all these blackberries snagging on me. I got hit in the face by a stick.
Can't see it. Hold on. Let's
Dude,
start
Josh
again.
broke his nose yesterday
So,
at work and he got
this
knocked to the
guy
ground.
lives in San Francisco,
He was
guys.
using the pole
I will show you a picture
saw
of him too, calling
to
out
cut a
best
branch down,
propagandizing people. Okay,
and the
just
branch
listen to this,
came
guys.
straight down onto his fucking, like right here. He's got a huge bump here. He cut his nose, he was bleeding. It was fucked up. He's lucky he doesn't have a concussion. I think he does have a little bit of a concussion, to be quite honest.
This
So
is the best part.
let's make sure everybody heard what he said here. So
Yeah.
he said, "Well, I can't fight for my own country, so I'm trying to help in a different way." And then he gets asked by the person that we know that he's making the big offer to here. You mean by using propaganda? And he goes, "Yeah." So, and this isn't a paid offer, right?
Yeah.
To spread this propaganda, guys,
Yes.
from this company that what's it, United 24, right? Is what they're called. So, yeah, guys. I mean, that's Somebody said cotton 4K. That's actual 4K. That's your
Running
net cotton.
4K.
And there's way more to that conversation, right? But again, that's a fellow creator, and he wants to put that out himself because it's his own stuff. So we're not going to steal his thunder. But I mean, to your point, guys, that's a dude straight from one of these Ukrainian shill companies offering in 4K. You know, these
It's hard to
offers
keep
of
your
being caught.
ass
Literally,
completely
they're not even
engaged.
hiding. I mean, he literally
Yeah.
just says, "Yeah, to spread
And your
propaganda."
legs.
Well, they were providing like talking points too, right? So, like you said, they were providing the mapping. They were providing we'll help
Scripts.
you.
Full
Oh,
scripts.
they got their own little Hasbara going.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It's still the same thing, basically.
Why
This
is
is
it
the
like
same people. It's the same.
My
groups,
right
nothing's
hip wants to go
changed.
forward. My
It's
left
just
hip wants to
now
go
we're
back.
seeing, you know, I mean, we see it all the time.
Little expansion.
It's like the Graham Allens, right? Where you see him put out his tweet, and then 187 other TPUSA MAGA influencers put out the exact same tweet immediately
Yeah.
after. It's the exact same thing.
Nate, did you watch after court when they came out and they were like, it was clear as sky,
Right.
overwhelming evidence. Somebody wrote like this thing, overwhelming evidence, probably because every single one of them, independently, overwhelming evidence, overwhelming. Shut up.
What did Tater Tot say, Officer Tater Tot? He said, "Clear as the noonday sun," right? Benny Johnson, the emotional.
Yeah.
You can see the whites of his eyes in 4K, high def, zoomed in. You can see the sweat on his finger as he pulls the trigger.
Did you see the look on?
And then Candace
Johnson's wife's
releases
face?
the footage, and we're like, "Oh, that's a blob in like 180p. Cool, Benny. Cool, Tatum. Cool, Pussyback or Jack. What's his name? Jack Pussyback. Isn't that what he goes
Yeah.
by? Anyway."
Yeah, Jack Pussyback. Yeah,
Anyway,
Jack
that's my
was
point.
probably-
It's the same people. It's the same stuff. They're all still doing it. It's just now we're seeing a little bit of a pivot in what they're attacking. Right? Is a little.
Wasn't Jack naval intelligence?
He was. Shocker, huh?
I told you guys it's a militarized push. They did this years ago with this whole integrity initiative. They did this with multiple other think tanks. they always put military in there because they know that they can come out and say certain, friends we have who always says, well, I fought in here. How dare you question my integrity?
Yeah, no, this is really good, Liz. I think this is really important. You just touched on something that's so important, and I can tell you, it works both ways, right? And it works. My channel is a channel that is constantly attacking the narrative that they don't like. I'm anti-Ukraine, and I'm not pro-Russia, right? I'm anti that war. I'm anti our greatest ally. I don't believe the official FBI narrative. And you can watch who's the military creator they attack the most. Me. And like I barely even put out. I was looking at it. I'm like, I think I've put out like maybe 4 or 5 outside of the trial, right?
Yeah.
You heavily focus on that. Maybe like 4 or 5 Charlie Kirk videos in like 8 months. And I made the inner ring of the big hit piece from MSNBC. I was like, I put out like 3 videos on this in 8 months, guys.
Come on, Left Arm, you can do it.
But the reason for that is, for Liz, what she was just touching on, for them, the reason why they target these MilVet influencers is because they have the credibility to talk to the space and be like, you guys need to support this war because we were veterans, we did this, we have the experience, you need to listen to us. And if it's a veteran like me who goes against that, then they're like, we need to shut this motherfucker's voice and shut him down immediately because he's a problem. Because we don't want people listening to a veteran who has, who's against these type of things.
I'm like,
it goes both ways.
Dark.
Absolutely, like you put it so beautifully. And and I think honestly,
I have like a
she had
dark
no idea who you were.
tan.
So guys, if you don't know, we're talking about this.
Oh, I wish I had that. We have the ring.
Basically, when you put it in,
My skin is like a dark orange color.
I took a screenshot of it.
because you had the entire show about it. So this woman, I
Just
think
from,
she
like,
didn't
here
know
up.
who you were, Nate? I don't think so. And she kind of included you when you started.
I'm getting too
actually
dark.
Going on searching people, and
Yeah.
I believe.
It's
yep,
right there.
Yep, and
Yeah,
I
pull it up.
believe also that now that
Oh,
one.
we got sources. Pull this one.
Yeah, sorry, 1 second.
You know what I found really funny about this though?
Yeah, this
Because
is
look,
good.
they even have.
Oh no,
Candace
that's the
glowing
outer
yellow.
outer ring base. Get the one with the inner ring.
Oh, this is the one I took. The
Oh
screenshot
no,
of.
Jesse made it in an outer ring and
Oh,
sent
yeah,
it to her. This is
Yeah,
so
I'll find
funny.
it.
So guys, if he'll find another one, but yeah, there's Candace in the center. Then there's like the main ring. Me and Elizabeth are on there. Aaron's on there. Like all of the ones you kind of would expect. But I was just like, how am I in the inner ring? I'm not even like barely in the Charlie Kirk space, and they're just
And
all
not
over me for it.
Not
you
just
know,
that,
the
man.
Star
I
Chart.
think your video about the last video you did about 30 at 6, that's what got them too. So I think that's where you got on a radar for them that they needed. By the way, did you notice they never ever mentioned your credentials?
Yeah,
They
of course
didn't mention anything. Every single thing that the woman said was taken out of context.
Every
And
single thing.
I found it hysterical that they're trying to like paint this picture like it's this like giant network that everybody's under Candace. When in reality it's a little closer to high school and that she's just like the popular girl.
But also, they
It's
can
like all
only
different
find,
groups and
they
cliques,
can
you
only
know?
find it in that. Let's pull this ring back up, and this is like all the base. If you can pull that ring back up, this is like all
on
the
my
creators they
page.
can find. It's like what? It's like 16 people. You guys just had a group chat with 92 motherfuckers in it on your
Yeah.
side, and you're talking about us with like 15 people that are.
Can you imagine?
Dude,
And
my
the-
thighs are. I want to measure
And,
my
and the
like
15
thighs.
people they have.
I wanna
made,
know,
we've
like, how
never
big
been
they
with
are.
these people in the group chat.
My
Ever.
thighs have never been this
that's
big
the
before.
Crazy part.
Except for
But,
when I was
mean,
like
it's
fat.
not about the truth, right? This Brandy woman is a
Oh,
propaganda.
here we go.
Look
Yeah,
at this.
I
We
can like
make it a little
actually
bigger.
see the
like Aaron,
muscles
James, me, Liz,
here.
Project Constitution, Chris Martinson, Missy.
Why is Blake there? First
That
of
was,
all,
that was pretty surprising. But
yeah,
like
like
John Bray, but also like if you look at this, a lot of these are people that are doing really good.
I'm really
like,
proud of myself.
scientific,
Exactly.
actual work. This is like I'm out here just doing. I'm just out here doing ballistic tests, you know. And then you got John Bray's out here doing like scientific stuff. James Lee, highly respected Barron, is a lawyer looking into the case. Like, and Chris Martinson, brilliant dude. If he's out there conducting
Shit,
sometimes
I
the
can't
ballistic
see.
tests I am. It's like these people
Oh, well.
are not
I just have
really
to trust I'm
conspiracy
doing a
theorists,
good job.
But I think that's why they have us in the inner ring
Exactly.
and the biggest attacks because they're like these people are doing credible work
exactly.
and we need to attack credible work because you know, if you're out there putting crazy, you know, tinfoil hat stuff out there, that's one thing. But if you're out there putting out stuff like we do, all of a sudden it's like, we got to shut these motherfuckers up.
You guys want a story about this Brandy girl? So I didn't really pay much attention to her because I didn't care. I never care about these cockroaches, and that's the only word I have for them. Cockroaches are exactly who they are.
I call leeches and ankle biters.
Yeah,
but
good,
it's the same
good,
thing.
yes. So I don't care about these cockroaches, but it's funny that timing right after Tucker's show comes out, and I
Yeah,
explode
they
Food Network
viciously came for you after Tucker. Yeah.
right away, dude, right away. And then they booked themselves in different places. Like they booked themselves with Tip USA peeps and different shows. I'm like, good luck, buddy, good luck. Like, you know, good luck changing that. So what I found out, guys, this little girl, Brandy, has done this before. So what she does
Is she the one that made this
Yeah.
MSNBC thing? Okay, I don't even know who she is.
So I even spoke to her at the courthouse. So I'll give you a cool story. So first of all, she was there at the courthouse. We were waiting for the line and our wristbands, and she was there chatting up my girls. Okay, and she
At the trial.
yes.
Okay.
So we're waiting to get into the courthouse, and I arrive, and she's chatting up my girls, and this moron thinks that she's the only one recording the conversation when my girls are also recording the conversation. So in this conversation, this little paid propagandist says that Erica Kirk is weird. I agree, she's very weird.
Really?
And then, yes, and we have this. So and then she goes and writes like how we are the propagandists and we are attacking Erica Kirk. But then I dived into Miss Brandy's past.
So hold on, guys. There's a lot of people saying, "Who is she?" She's the person who did this big MSNBC.
There's a couple nicknames for her now. Yeah, I'll pull this up right now. So
MS, it's a subsidiary of the MS.
Yeah.
The chat was going off on her yesterday. The names
So
that were calling her.
that's who Liz is explaining, right? That big chart we just put up that was put out. This is the person who created that thing and is going out.
You want to pull up her face so you can see what she looks like?
Yes, please do.
Now,
Oh, she looks like
yesterday,
a
yesterday the chat was saying that she was the evil Miss Rachel, or
Yeah.
and they said she looked like
Evil
Mrs.
Miss Rachel.
Outlier.
Yeah.
All right, we're not gonna beat up on our books or anything like that. But
Yeah. So
Real quick,
we are not them. We're not them. So let's stay away from her looks. Let's stay away from all of that. Let's talk about her work, okay? So
I know, chat. We get it. We know what she looks like. Okay, but we're not doing that here. We're not doing that here.
yeah.
That was funny, guys. That
You're
was
only
funny.
saying that because that
That's
woman's
right.
there.
Though.
If Valhalla would be calling her, looks out
Because
if.
this is the first thing I
What's
know.
her face
You guys
wasn't
know
there.
I don't have X. I'm not in the drama world of all this. So like, I always learn this stuff from you guys as it's happening. But I was a little bit confused, right?
Mhm.
How come TPUSA and MSNBC have teamed up?
Right. So because see, this is very
MAGA and MSNBC have teamed up to attack our group. Doesn't that seem weird?
Well, there was another detail that stood out to me because when she was talking about Candace, she said that she has watched every single episode of Candace since Charlie died, which tells me
Jesus
that
Christ,
this
dude.
was premeditated and that she was planning this the entire time,
cool.
and that she knows like
So-
there are that means that all the times that she clicked off too quick or things she left out, that they are lies by omission. And I don't
Put that
think
back
it's
up.
coincidence.
Put that back up, Baze. The chart, the big chart with the main creators. You know, and I actually said this to Liz earlier today. The reason I know that
you love this very, very much.
she's been well. The reason I immediately noticed that I know she's been working on this for probably a month and a half, 2 months, is because she listed the subscriber count next to each person, and I looked at me. And it said I had, 510 or 511 subscribers? Well, we have like 543,000 now. So that would have been about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, that she took that picture and started working on this. She's been working on that hit piece for 2 months.
Yep.
2 months she's been working on that.
Come on, don't turn. Stay straight.
Oh, yeah, you can see there it says 511K. And all of us, Baron, all of us have way more than that now. So it just shows like these people, like, that's dedication, right? Like a 2 month work on that on a MSNBC hit piece.
And
I
the best
wonder
part-
if she was
best
there
part
that
is-
Friday when they lied about the 4K footage. If she saw that herself
Oh.
and left that detail out.
Mhm.
Yeah, also best part is, guys, everything she said is kind of crap. So she and I spoke, and she said, I believe that Tyler Robinson was mind controlled. Like, where did you get that, bitch? Excuse me. I didn't want to say B words today, but you know what? Where did you get that? Like, it's so we are literally sitting there going through scenarios, and I told her how FBI, because again, we have the same recording. I told her how FBI would push the guys who they thought would commit the crime. You know, the whole, like, like whole the system and this little like a play script they had when they would catch the guy who possibly would commit a crime, and they knew he was like in a shady group or something, and then they would push the crime. So anyway, this has happened before. It's a real thing, and we're talking about how I said it could be a possibility that Tyler Robinson is one of the people involved in this whole mess. He killed Charlie Kirk, but he's like, he was
I think
part
so.
of it, right? Like, no one is super innocent in something, right? So I said that could be a possibility. From that, she got that Elizabeth thinks he's mind controlled. Like, this is not a journalist. This is a propaganda machine, and a woman who pushes it. So, but also pay attention. She conveniently never mentioned Valhalla's honors or who he is, that he's a former guru. Never once. But
Classic. They love to do that when they do hit
Yeah.
pieces.
and from all my resume that I have, she chose to say model. Not an actress, by the way. I was never a model. I was an actress that modeled. Let's start from here. And I have a law degree. I have a fitness degree, multiple of them. None of that was mentioned.
Oh, yeah,
I was a
Professor
COO
Shock,
of
definitely.
Unified TV. That was not mentioned. I was just a model, apparently.
Definitely lost
Just a
custody.
model. Wow, what a journalist.
Yeah,
Wow,
love integrity.
Woo! Like,
Well, she has a long history of just pushing narratives and just sticking with the script, sticking with the agenda. I mean, I'm not going to get into the details. I was looking into a little bit of it today, but her history with COVID is definitely worth paying attention
I
to.
bet it is.
And the fact that she
Especially
started
from there,
this-
working at.
Yeah, and the fact that she started this whole video while talking about JFK, like Lee Harvey Oswald was another lone shooter, and then it makes that correlation like we're crazy and conspiracy theorists for questioning the narrative. It's just there's like a little bit of irony there.
Not a great example to make your point. If you
No.
use the JFK,
Oh, my lower back
to
hurts.
be like, look, trust the government. It's
Yeah.
like, no, I don't think we will. Thank you for that.
exactly.
Okay.
I'm working on a story, guys. It's very funny that this psycho woman is defending Erica, but it seems like every psycho is defending Erica lately. But Nate mentioned something that should be talked about. So Brandy is Biden fan, okay? Not specifically Biden, but she's a liberal. So Brandy's like Biden group. She's not MAGA. She was never MAGA.
But
Now,
she's teamed up with them now.
exactly. Well, not really though, because I said this very clearly on Tucker Carlson show. I don't believe that Lara Loomer, Erica Kirk, or any of these people are MAGA. I think they are pretending to be MAGA to get into the favor with MAGA people.
Well, now I'm going to
And
push
then-
back on that. They 100% are MAGA. That is what MAGA is now because all of the previous MAGA Tucker
Have
Carlson
left.
and
They're
the
out. Yes, I
They're
agree.
gone. So
I
they
agree.
are what MAGA is now currently. Laura Loomer is the face of
They
MAGA. Like, let's put that-
infiltrated MAGA. They weren't like true diehard Trump
Right.
supporters.
It's almost like that's what they do in
I
general.
want to make it clear that
Yeah.
is current 2026 MAGA. That is that.
I would say yes, as you look at it, yes, but I have a little bit of a different theory that Trump was kind of bamboozled into this, and like that's why they tried to get everyone out away from him. I know you don't really believe that. I actually still do. I think that Trump was never a politician. He doesn't know what he's doing in politics. He's a business guy.
Yeah, but he's
They
like the
found
art
all
of the
these
deal.
shots
Isn't that like a book
had.
he
He
wrote?
was one of them.
Trump
Narcissism
is supposed to be
was
some
another. And I think they
businessman whiz.
made their way into his cabinet very easily.
Well,
and then
that
they-
for sure.
yeah, and then they ousted every sane voice out of it. This is why do you
Oh yeah,
think?
we saw that. You're 100% right. We saw that. They got rid of
Yeah,
Tulsi. They got rid of Tucker,
Bro,
they got rid of Candace, they got rid of Sean Ryan, they got
rid of Charlie.
Thomas Massey.
Thomas Massey,
Yeah.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, Joe
Exactly.
Kent. Like, you could go down the
So
line.
that's my point, guys. I think that Trump was. Well, think about it. If Trump is one of them, they don't need this shit. Trump would have said, "You're out, you're out, you're out," but that didn't happen. They literally. Boomer is on record saying, "I sent all this shit that Tucker has spoken about Trump to Trump." So they are like, so actively trying to poison this man against all these people. They completely poisoned Trump against Messi. You don't need to poison everybody.
No, stop. We're not going to do that. No one poisoned Trump against Massey. Thomas Massey forced the release of the Epstein files.
No, I agree. That's cool, right? Yeah. No, but and what are
I can't stand this
and now
one.
she'll have some proof.
A little bit.
And he was like,
Sorry,
yes.
explain.
Okay, something new from this lady.
Well, friends, today I'm going to attempt something that I have never attempted in my entire YouTube career, which is I'm going to script, film, and edit an entire movie review in 24 hours. Usually these take me like 3 weeks to create, so if it's not my best work, I don't know what to tell you. Listen, I was on a Peacock the other night because I wanted to watch Parks and Rec.
Sweaty,
and I
my
saw
hair is
a
wet.
little thumbnail for this new movie called You, Me, and Tuscany, and I saw Halle Bailey and I was like, Halle Bailey is super talented and doing quite well right now. What's she doing here? Because I could tell it was like a cheesy, terrible Hallmark-ish rom-com. So I watched it and oh my god,
Haley Bailey can't get work because of her baby daddy drama.
I had to talk to you about it right just now. It is so bad and so cheesy and so cliche and stereotypical and awful and all the things we hate about bad movies that I actually believed it was a joke. I still do. I still think whoever wrote and directed this was like, yeah, we know it's the worst movie of all time, but it was fun to make. Here's the plot, read straight from IMDb. When a woman crashes in an empty Italian villa,
No, she hasn't got here yet. She's at my other aunt's. They went to the coast or something like that. She'll be here tonight.
So basically, this movie is like Eat,
They did not call me
meets
until
that
like
wine movie that we reviewed a few
they didn't
years ago
text
with
me
Victoria
rather. My
Justice. What was that
aunt
called? Meets The Proposal
didn't text
meets
me until
our
like
Teen Star
12:30
Academy.
last
Don't
night
just
to let
say
me
Teen
know
Star
that
Academy, because that
she arrived
gives you
safe.
an idea of how bad it is.
They picked her
We're
up.
saving a
Everything
little
is
bit of time
good.
today. I'm not gonna do a super long, hilarious intro.
I
like
just like to
normally
picture
do.
them
Let's
like
just get
two
right into it.
girls, like,
Okay,
you
so
know,
this
not
movie
seeing each other in a long
focuses
time. Like,
on the main character named Anna,
and just not
who's
forgetting,
played
or
by,
just
you
not
know,
remembering.
Bailey. So she works for this rich lady. She's like an overnight dog sitter, but at first they kind of lead you to believe that she's waking up in her own place and just like living her best life. Right off the bat, I felt like this was shot like an influencer's like morning routine vlog. Like it looks like it was filmed on an iPhone. Maybe it was.
Morning, Joe. Send my love to the missus.
But we quickly find out that this is actually not her life, and she's kind of just like cosplaying her employer's life.
Anna.
What in the actual
And also wearing her employer's underwear.
Are you wearing my lingerie that snaps together at the crotch? I was gonna wash it.
Yeah, that's just weird. Okay, we don't touch the crotch part of our boss's lingerie. I tell you guys that all the time.
I'm over it.
Okay, before you judge, let me explain.
And see, even this little freeze frame right here, this is the strangest frame.
Actually, I really need to charge it, but maybe just not on this thing. I think I'm gonna have to wait like another week or two before I can start rug making. I gotta try to order another machine. One of my followers, Kim, my adopted mama, she said she would, in payment, I'm making her rug already. I've already got it almost finished. That's the purple I was waiting for, but now I can't work on it because my machine is broken. But anyway, so Kim was thinking maybe she could just order a machine for me in lieu of her paying me cash for the rug I make for her, which is perfect because it's all about. So I only have a couple of family members who live in Oregon, and I don't have really a relationship with them because I couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, I was making fart noises. Somehow you couldn't hear it.
Oh, fart noises?
Like, listen, you won't be able to hear it.
Yeah, I can't hear it. Your dad's sound noise cancellation is kicking in. What did I come upstairs for? The block.
Oh, but yeah, Mom. So, uh, but yeah, are we out of ravioli? Ravioli's sitting in the kitchen right now. So.
Anyways, so um, when I left Josh, my aunt and my cousin took Josh's side. And not only did they take Josh's side, but my cousin is still to this day on the Reddit, okay? If that's like any idea of what kind of person we're dealing with. My cousin, who is to this very day active on the Reddit, she and her mother literally did everything they could to drive a wedge between Josh and I during our separation. And like obviously when they're not involved, Josh and I get along great. But when they were apart, like when Josh was living where they were living, because I moved out. I just left. Packed my bag, literally a backpack, and I left him because he got violent and I was not going to sit and tolerate. I was putting up with all kinds of other shit and I was willing to stick around and deal with everything until he started to get physical and like break glass and slam doors and shit and hurt me a little bit. So I was like, okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm out. Packed my bag and I left. And so they stayed where Josh stayed where they were, and I left because we were all living on the same compound. And so they were doing everything they could to poison the relationship, Josh and I, the co-parenting relationship. When he was with them, it was the most toxic. Like he did horrible things to me. He called CPS on me, and he talked to Crystal, the fucking stalker. He literally had a conversation with her that he doesn't even remember it because he was so drunk all the time at that juncture. He literally doesn't even remember having any conversation with her. I'm sure it's in his text messages. He just never looked, but he doesn't remember any of it. Yeah, so that's why I don't have a relationship with my aunt and my cousin who live where they live in Eugene or whatever. My other aunt, she's come from Florida to visit. So my cousin, the reason Eugene is even a thing for us, we all lived in Florida. My cousin essentially was like, okay, well, I'm going to move. I'm leaving Florida. So she like basically threw a dart at the map and it kind of landed on Eugene essentially. I mean, that's not like literally how it happened, but that's the analogy that our family uses. Because it's pretty close to how it really happened. But anyway, so Eugene is where Cassidy ended up. And so her mom, was staying here and staying there and kind of going between. My aunt has always liked to live in her van and she likes to travel and go wherever she wants, whenever she wants. She owns a house, she owns a barber shop. She just likes to live in her van. And so she would be between Florida while my grandma was alive and we were all there, and Oregon. Well, my grandma died And that was it for me with Florida. I wanted to get out. So my aunt met us in Colorado when we were doing our RV trip across the country. And we were going to travel with my aunt from Colorado to Oregon, California, then back all the way the I-10 back to Florida. But my while we were in Colorado, we had just gotten there. We were only there like maybe 5 days. While we were there, maybe it was longer than that. Maybe we hadn't been there for like a few weeks. But while we were in Colorado, the place where my cousin lives, her people, her landlord people called and said, "Hey, I just got diagnosed with bone marrow cancer. So like, could you come back and stay at the property and manage the property while I go to Portland and receive all this treatment for the cancer?" And my aunt was like, "Oh shit, like I'm supposed to be going on this trip with my niece and her husband, and like they're here in Colorado, and they're like, they've never traveled so like across the Rockies, so we were gonna guide them." And so he was like, "Okay, well, eventually it got worked out that we could come too." So that's how we ended up in Eugene, Oregon. And we were only going to stay for a month or two while he did his treatment stuff. But
Hi.
hi.
Gonna hit that.
Okay, my aunt is on her way here. She's going to stop by the grocery store and pick up some meat and vegetables because I don't actually have meat and vegetables. I forget, like, normal people eat like real food. I don't have like fanciness. But anyway, so what was I saying? Oh yeah. So anyway, we came to Oregon, and like when we got here, I had been here maybe a couple of the day that I got here, someone had reached out to me who was one of my followers on social media and was like, "Hey, I'm in Eugene, Oregon, and I saw you were traveling across the country. If you ever end up in Eugene, Oregon, I want you to do my hair." And I was like, "You're never going to believe this, but I literally pulled into Eugene like today." And she was like, "Oh my God, blah, blah, blah." So we booked a hair appointment, and I did her hair like a week later. And then I had already been planning to do someone's hair when I got to Eugene, someone else, the lady who I bought my truck from actually, years later. But I ended up doing this other lady's hair. I was only in Oregon maybe 2 days when I had my first appointment. And then a week, like 5 days after that, I had another appointment. And then like 4 days after that, I had another appointment. All of a sudden, I was just booking dreadlocks. And so I said to God, I prayed to God, and I was like, "Okay, Lord, if we're meant to stay here, help me to facilitate, a successful business." And like all of a sudden, just like boom, I just started booking all this work, and I was able to afford to leave my husband for the very first time because he had like financial power over me for a lot of years once I became a mom and everything, especially. I no longer worked. And when I did work, I was a drug addict at one point, and so he had like control of my money, and I like, you know, obviously that's how it's supposed to be, but he was convinced that I was still a drug addict for years and years and years, and he never like, he was, you know, it was kind of like a financial control, and it was very stressful and struggle. It was a lot. It was very stressful. But anyway, so when I left him, I was able to find a place and move out. And that's literally how I accidentally ended up in Oregon. I mean, I didn't even plan to be here at all. I still have stuff in Florida that we thought we were going to go back to, but we've never gone back. Like, they go back. I've never been back. It's been 10 years almost, and I have not been back once. And I was only supposed to be gone for like 6 months. So, and I'm fucking happy. I wouldn't go back willingly. Like, I wouldn't want to move there. I much prefer living here to Florida. It's just better in general, so many ways. Also, you get like health care, and that's like really important. Okay, I need to turn on my smelly good stuff so that my house is at peak performance. Are you gonna meet the Aunt Holly, Orly? Are you gonna meet Aunt Holly? Good job not messing up the couch today. I'm proud of you. It was upstairs all day. When my aunt gets here, I'm gonna have to turn my live stream off because I'm not gonna do that to her. And also, we're probably gonna hang out. I'm gonna get tired and go to bed probably relatively early. I have to sleep in Elliot's room. I'm gonna give her my room. I don't know how she's got all this energy, man. She's like, oh, I have baked potatoes. I could tell her that. Text Holly. Oh, I forgot. I made baked potatoes last night, so I have baked potatoes wrapped in aluminum foil ready to go as well. I want a coffee.
Okay, sending.
I want like a cookie is what I want. I want like cookies and a coffee. Oh, I literally have cookies. Oh my God. I have milk. Oh, I have milk. I can make milk and cookies. I can do whatever I want because I'm a grown up. Say what I want to say, do what I want to do how I want to do. The Addams Family. I should probably clean up a little bit.
You don't have whipped cream, right?
Have what?
Flavored cream.
No, I have heavy cream and I have milk. I only have decaf, by the way, because I have heart palpitations.
I got my
Okay.
I got my
Okie dokie, artichoke. Okay, bye. You're cutting out anyway. I've got my mushroom coffee, she says. It's funny. 15 years ago, I told everybody, I was like, you guys should try this mushroom coffee. It's really good. And it's really good for you. And it doesn't give you a fucking rush like normal coffee does. Like the Four Sigmatic one that has like cordyceps and lion's mane and all that stuff in it. When it's mixed with regular coffee, it doesn't give you this like caffeine, like heart craziness. It's a mellower caffeination. It has coffee in it, just coffee and mushrooms. I should get some of those mushroom powders. It's food, right? I could rationalize that in my grocery budget. Probably not though, because it's like $20 a bag. So I don't know about that. Back when there's this Thrive Market, and back in the day, like in I think 2014 or something, if you wanted an account, because it's like you have to pay for like a membership, but I was poor, and so you could write them and apply via email for a free membership, and I got it. They gave me a free membership. And so every time someone pays for a membership at Thrive Market, it also goes towards someone getting a free membership, which is kind of neat. Anyway, I bought mushroom coffee, crickets, all kind of stuff off of that website back in the day. Now it's a popular site. People still go to it to this very day. Oh yeah? And then what happened? I want cookies. What kind of cookies do I want? I've got Oreos. I've got Nutter Butters.
Grocery between Maris and Junction.
God bless her heart. I found out that my aunt, she's only like 62 or something like that, but her husband is 75. And I was laughing with her yesterday. I was like, they've been together for a long time. And I was laughing and I was like, It's not so cute being with an older man now, is it? It's cute when you're like in your 30s and he's like in his 40s and he's got his shit together and a nice house and a nice car on the beach. You always have to let it bloom a little bit. So you like just gently and lightly coat. You gotta always get the paper wet first. And then you gently, lightly coat the coffee grounds just for a second. Let it kind of soak through everything. You don't want to pool it yet. And once it's started to bloom, then you can, when you've got the bubbles, the foam on top, you know you're doing it right. The foam is the good stuff. Heather, don't forget to leave room for cream. I like it a little more than half and half. Skirt on 22s. Check my baby mama. Oh, this is gonna go everywhere when I turn it on. Try to turn it off. Oh, I made it. Did it spill any? A little bit. Whew, that was close. For whatever reason, you have to go through all the cycles in order to turn it off. And so, if you overfill your cup and it's on fucking high, it's gonna overflow. Ooh, I can make Holly a quesadilla one of these here days. I should put this in my sugar. It's so cute. why don't I use my spinner for this instead of wasting my fucking spoon? Which I'm not going to waste. I'm just going to rinse it off and put it in the drain thing. Oh yeah? And then what happened? Mmm. Sweet cream. Come to me, lesbian seagull. Get into my face, lesbian seagull. Fly away. The adult cookies. Nobody's gonna smack my hand and tell me I can't have these today. No, Heather. The designer imposter Oreos are for the children. These are the grown-up cookies. Melted chocolate is so good. Especially when it's melted by coffee. I don't drink. Kahlua is tasty though. Bailey's Irish cream, Kahlua, and milk together. But unfortunately, it has alcohol in it, so it's not for me. I'm not a fan of getting dizzy and throwing up as a form of entertainment. Unfortunately, I get drunk off of one alcoholic beverage. My tolerance is extremely low. I used to be able I used to go to the bar. I used to order a shot of Tito's and a PBR. That was the start. I was just copying the guys I hung out with. I didn't realize they were alcoholics. We found the weakness in the cup. No. No. Absolutely no. You can't have none of this. It'll kill you dead. By Jove, that's delicious. You just punched yourself with my leg. I lied, it's going in the dishwasher. Got milk on it. We don't do sticky, sugary, milky. Oh, sorry. I sprayed him a little bit. Skirt. Oh man, there's just like nothing better than the taste of coffee. hate that I can only drink decaf. Because, like, you have to put so much of the decaf. And so, you know, like, normally you do, like, a teaspoon or something. This costs, like, $16 or something. So, like, I'm going to go through it relatively fast if I have a cup a day. God forbid I have multiple cups. She is going nuts, dude. She's always... So, like, since we moved here, she has cycled in and out of heat consistently. There's a male cat that lives next door. He is intact. So she's like losing it. Hello? 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 You see him out there? You think if you're sweet to me, I'm gonna let you... You think if you're sweet, I'll let you go outside? You think that's the case, huh? Sorry, you have a collar on now. You're not allowed to go outside when you have a collar on. You might get hooked on something. I've been waiting 6 years to put a collar on you, and now you have one, and I'm super excited. You get to wear a bell. You get to wear a bell now. Yep, you do. Are you itchy where your collar goes? I bet you are. Most cats are. I will never understand the need to be touched so much. Oof. God. It'd be so overstimulating for me if I was a cat. Mom, you're not allowed on the counter. Yeah, so there are programs in Oregon that offer assistance. Unfortunately, if you don't live within the city limits of Eugene, you have to pay regular price. That's the one. It's $280 per female cat. It's more or less depending on if it's a dog, if it's a cat, if it's male versus a female. And then there's another place. It's called like SPAY, I think, SPAY, I think, or SNP. I think it's SNIP. And they offer vouchers and whatever, but unfortunately every time I call them or try to get, and they've got like a waiting list. She's on a waiting list. She's been on a waiting list for like 2 years already. On a couple of occasions. So we, until a month ago, lived where she had access to the outdoors. So this is her first time ever having doors. She's enclosed somewhere. She's never experienced that. So she's always been able to just go and get fucking pregnant. And I couldn't keep her from doing that. So every time that I would make an appointment to get her fixed, she would disappear for 3 days, starting the day of her appointment. And it's like she knew. She did that like 4 times. And then I had an appointment for her the day after we got this house. And I thought I was going to be able to make it. But that day I was trying to unload and return a U-Haul. Plus it was my son's birthday. It was a lot. So it's on my list. It's just expensive. It's $280 minimum. And, yeah. Oh, and the place that I was going to have her done on June 16th was supposed to be free. It was like some thing they were doing for the community. I told her, you have to email them and apply. You have to be approved before you just show up. You can't just show up at the thing and expect your cat to get fixed. So I applied. I told them she just had a litter of kittens. They denied, well, they just ghosted me, but they were only interested in fixing her when they just thought it themselves. I never gave them the inkling or anything like that. They just assumed that this was going to be the case and were running with it. But they were only willing to help me as long as they got the kittens. I rehomed the kittens. all the kittens have been fixed. They've all, they all had been rehomed. They had all been selected by people and had been called and like claimed. They had still been living with me the moment I was exchanging with this email, but they were only days away from going to their new homes. So, like, this place was not willing to fix her if I didn't, like, give them the kittens, which I thought was weird. I thought it was, like, suspicious. It's just like, you should be willing to get the cat fixed because here's proof that she's fertile. Like, fucking help me fix her. But the next time that I get a chunk of money and I have the ability to do it, I'm going to do it. For sure. For sure. $280, actually. If I lived within the city limits of Eugene, it would be like 180. I might be wrong on the prices. It might be 200 and something. No, it's 280. I'm sure of it because I have been telling this story already for a couple months because I was looking at it on a live stream at one point. It's 280 if you live outside the city of Eugene, and I think it was like 200 or 180 if you lived within the city limits, and you could prove that. And now my ex-husband does live within the city limits of Eugene, but I don't want to lie. I'm not a liar. And also, like, what if they ask for, like, your signature from your landlord or something? Like, I'm not going to lie because I'm not going to, like, put myself in a situation where, I get asked for information and now I can't give that and I have to just be a liar. And that just makes me really uncomfortable, the thought of doing that. So I'm just not going to lie. But everyone keeps telling me to do that. No, there aren't, Bizzle. But like I've been saying this for a long time. When I become wealthy, the thing that I want to do, as far as philanthropy goes, I want to do a scholarship for veterinary students that says if they accept this scholarship, that scholarship, once they graduate from school, I will give them a van with all of the surgical equipment in it. And the only thing that I ask is that for the first 2 years that they are licensed and able to perform surgeries, that they go into rural communities and use the van to go out into the boonies and do spay and neuter clinics like every week or once a month or something like that, as much as possible, within reason. And then at the end of their 2 year of, whatever, then they get to keep the van and do whatever they need with it. That's what I want to do it. No, I'm not a recovering addict. What are you talking about, rural community? No, they don't. That's just retarded. Baby, when the lights go out, everything you see. Am I a cougar? No. I want nothing to do with young men. Absolutely nothing. Thanks, but no thanks. I want nothing to do with any men, really. Or women. I'm just golden over here. text Grandpa Josh, can you please figure out how to get that search for Cetus under the ocean game that I asked you?
Okay, sending.
Search for Cetus. I want to play that game again really bad. Tiger. Yeah, I want to do that. I want to provide. So when my grandfather died, that's what the family did. My grandfather left like us a bunch of money, but he wanted to do a scholarship at some point in his life. So when he died, we used some of the inheritance to create a scholarship for a veterinary student. My grandfather was a veterinarian. He was a horse vet though. He was a large animal vet. Cows, horses. He mostly did race horses because of where he was living in this area called Indiantown, Florida. And there is a racetrack there called Payson Park. And I don't know if you know who Davy Jones is from the music group The Monkees in the 60s. Davy Jones used to be a jockey. Actually, he was a jockey after he was Davy Jones of the Monkees too, but he was a jockey before he was a singer. And that's, he was a tiny guy. And jockeys are tiny guys. So anyway, my grandfather took care of his horses at Payson Park. Also Basil. Basil was Davy Jones's best friend and business partner. Dude, everything is fucking AI these days, man. There's nothing, like, YouTube is just becoming a circle jerk. Yes, it is that. It came out in 1991 on DOS. EcoQuest, the search for Cetus. Yay! Josh is gonna find me my video game. The only video game that I ever liked playing. Except for Final Fantasy. I did like playing Final Fantasy 7. Or maybe it was 8. Or maybe it was 10. I think it might have been 8. Whichever one had Cloud and stuff. That's the one that I played. Well, I guess I'm gonna go since I'm like, I'm not gonna be doing anything cool. Oh, it's called EcoQuest, the search for Cetus. And it is a game. It's a game that my grandmother got me when I was like, I don't know, 11 or something, 10 or 11, and I was very close to beating the game, but I got hung up on this one spot, and then like life happened, and I mean, I just apparently never went back to it, and then I forgot about it. It's completely forgot it existed until about maybe like 6 months ago. I remembered because I saw someone do a video, and they had talked about one of the sister video games to that one. And I was like, oh my god, that's right! I never finished that game. I want to fucking finish it. So I want to see how to beat that one place that I was at, and then I want to play it. What? You want to go outside, go potty? You want to go outside? I do not have a PS5. I don't play those types of video games. My ex-husband has I think it's a PS5. So my son has access to one, but not by my choice. If it was up to me, it never would have happened. But I think like a year or two ago, my kid and my husband went to visit my father-in-law, and Elliot kind of mentioned as a joke, like, oh, I want a PS5, Papa. And Papa has got it like that. And so he was like, all right, let's go get one right now. And my kiddo was like, seriously? So technically the PS5 is Elliot's. Technically. But I forbid it. I said absolutely not, it is not. If your dad wants to buy a fucking PlayStation, he's buying it for you, sir. Not our child. That was around the time that everybody on the Reddit started telling me what a bad mom I am, because I don't allow my kid to play video games. Okay. I don't care if people call me a bad mom. My priority is protecting my son, not my reputation. So, people want to talk shit, have at it, babes. It's not up to me to convince anybody of anything. Baby, when the lights go out, well, shut the fuck up. Jeepers. I wonder what my aunt thinks my house is going to look like. I'm sure she thinks it's going to be like a big mess. Gross, I hate this. Yuck, cereal, I hate you. Hello?
Alright, so check your text. So, I mean, I didn't really see it, but
Okay, he got it. He found the video game. My mortar and pestle is ready to go. Pretty exciting stuff out front. Mun Bun, listen, I love you to death. You're my best kitty girl, but you are underfoot, and Mom's not a fan. Mom is not a fan. I sure made a fucking mess with all that rice, huh? Just because it's a bag doesn't mean it's for you. These peelers are so good. Oh, you only get 4 of the mango ones because they're bigger? These things are very good. This guy is very hungry. Ooh, I want liver and onions. Almost lost it there. Lisa, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa. Eating, obviously, you said it yourself, you guys. It's hungry. Thanks for the chili. It has the munchies. Ooh. No. I won't be able to swallow it without scratching my throat. I don't want to chew it out. Get stuck in my teeth. What do I have? I wonder if it would be good inside of an olive. No, because I'd have to chew it up too much. I need to be able to just swallow it. Starting to hallucinate. Lisa, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa. Coffee with a little bit of salt in it. Yeah, but she's not bringing like food. She's gonna go she's gonna go to the grocery store and she's gonna pick up pre-made meals for herself and like some other things. So that way I don't have to worry about feeding her. That saves me time, energy, and headache. Come on, just getting a huge mess. Delicious and nutritious. Yep. Definitely playing with my food. I'm a grown up, I can do whatever I want. I'm gonna sleep relatively decent tonight, that's for sure. I'm gonna sleep hard. Unfortunately, my tolerance is so fucking high that probably won't do much to me. Make me a little bit, like, extra stretchy. Are you with American Dream RRL? This looks like his kitchen. Who's American Dream? Is that a YouTuber? No, put it immediately in the dishwasher. I don't need to wash that yet. It's relatively clean. Just had water in it and salt. Tapioca, yes. Ow. Alright. I wonder if I really want to find something to listen to.
I have time in 30 minutes. Mind you, I'm driving down to the coast of Texas for a vacation, and I say, great, bro, I will give you 30 minutes. And he said, no, I need 2 hours. And then I said, you know what, I'll give you an hour. No prep time for me, no nothing. I was going to get on his live stream for an entire hour to debate him on it. And he didn't want to do it. So, Andrew, I just want to tell you, after you watch this, the offer is still there for 1 hour. I'm not going to sit on a live stream for 2 hours while you chain smoke cigarettes, drink beer, and filibuster the whole time because you don't have any good points against mine. As far as I know, Candace is going to be debating this guy, so why don't we get to know it? Really, really solid alpha male. No, my opinion of Andrew is that he is a complete fraud. He has coined himself as this alpha male while being skinny fat, not being in the position to protect a butterfly. And if you don't believe me, he couldn't open a fucking olive jar. Alpha male. Alpha male.
Come on, you can do it.
Put it right side up.
You can shut this yesterday too.
Alright, bro, I can't do it. Here.
Oh yeah, make fun of her.
No.
Hey, the guy sent $1,000.
Yeah, but it seems slightly immature.
So, fucking
It's just
slick now.
it's a little.
See, it is. If you can't open it either.
Well, your hand greased the whole top of it.
My hand or mine? Here, I have
It
mine.
literally, it's, look, feel it. Tell, isn't that greasy?
It was like that already. Oh my god.
No, it wasn't. You greased the top.
Use your shirt. Use your
Andrew,
shirt.
if you can't open the olive jar, you cannot
Here,
blame my
while we're in the olive jar.
If you're so strong, you should open it.
Yeah, I gotta be able to grip it.
Okay, we'll grip it. Let's go.
It's slippery.
Uh-oh.
Get him do with the shirt.
Grab me a
Wow.
pencil towel so I can dry the top.
Oh my gosh, what a little.
Yeah, put an alpha male. My God, it's going to increase so you can't even jam straw in there. Let's move on to his debate tactics, and then what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to give Andrew.
I'm not going to take too much, but it's basically a 10-minute takedown.
Park on the street, facing the way.
As a masculine tough guy, so everybody is dunking on him now.
Technically, make sure that your car is facing the direction traffic flows, so you don't get a ticket
This
or
image
anything.
I made.
Okay,
So
Cindy.
this is, I I was going to use this as the thumbnail, but I'll probably just put it. So here's Heavy Duty Country, Jesse, me, and Katie away.
Upstairs. Can't believe that this is my house. I'm not like renting a room from someone. I'm not like parking in someone's fucking driveway. Like, this is my fucking house. All of it. All the rooms are mine. I'm not like renting a house with someone. Like, it's all mine. Mine. And let me tell you, I really dropped something. The joy that fills me with. No, do not come upstairs. I'm coming right back down. My clothes totally take up this entire fucking closet. This is hilarious. When I first got my bus, I installed a closet rack like this. Oh, it was not this long. My clothes were like crammed, and they did fit, but barely. Just barely. And I have the little princess bed of my dreams. My little cheap Amazon bed. What did I leave in here? I felt like I left a cup in here. No cups. Okay. Good boy. Good boy. He's at the bottom of the stairs. You better not be chewing on no fucking tape.
Not happy about calling him a soy boy little bitch publicly in front of everybody's. Anyway,
As soon as this laundry finishes, I need to hang it
When
up.
all these channels go live and get constant big super chats and talking points, that's all BS and just a way to pay them on the
Yes, it is
download.
my real hair.
No, not super chats. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about what they'll do is they'll view bot. Ben Shapiro, great example of how this works. Ben Shapiro has this done on his channel all the time. You'll see he'll average like
Back upstairs and go get some
30,000
hangers.
views a video, and then randomly one video will have like 800,000 views. That they're trying to push the narrative of whatever he's doing, and so they will pay to view bot that video. So
they can also zero your views out, guys. This happened to my Georgian interview. The host of the show called me and says like, they just killed it on Facebook. It had like thousands, and it had like I said, you know who's behind that? You know who has all these people? Mostly NATO, but there are domestic actors here in the US that do that perfectly. So yeah.
What they'll also do, I've seen them do attacks on some people, is as soon as someone posts a video, they'll mass bot spam and report it and downvote it and dislike it. And what that does, it immediately takes the YouTube algorithm. YouTube thinks like people hate this video, so it stops showing the video to a broader audience, and so they'll pay to do that as well. So yeah, there's a lot of tactics and techniques to use.
Definitely. This is why, guys, you got to hit the subscribe button on the channels. Like, you got to do that if you like something, obviously, because the other apparatus is so powerful that we can work all day long and there's nothing you can do about it. So like sub, notification bell, like these things are so stupid, but they are so important. And that's why, like, you know, what do you do? So okay,
here we go again. Half of these are just from Hidden Liz, which is fine.
Yeah, you know what? Like
You take it.
he's gonna get a gold star at some point. So Trump is imploding USA before he becomes Prime Minister of Israel. Trump for Rothschilds and Rockefellers General.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, that's funny.
Money.
All right,
Stop
you're doing
it.
well. That's a funny one.
Yeah, this I don't know like what to say about these people, but I would not be surprised if you one day see that, guys. Because remember, their deep state agent in Georgia, and where I come from, Saakashvili, one day woke up and from being president of Georgia, he went to Ukraine to be governor of Odessa. He just switched, passports, and it was like, yes, he was governor of Odessa. Yeah. And the best part is he's like a partner in politics. Came out and said, well, he's got a new project in Ukraine, so he has stuff to do.
Wow.
Let's see. Yeah, they don't even hide it. It's so real.
Crazy. All right, Dee Dee says Trump was going to jail. He wasn't influenced or controlled. He cut a deal to not go to jail and try to enrich his family before he's gone. Trump's always been selfish. Stop giving him credit. I don't. Everybody's got their own opinions on that, but I think a lot of it's self-enrichment from basically what I'm watching now. It seems like that's, but I don't know. Could it have been threats on his family? Is it blackmail? It's something, you know.
I think it's not always sticking up for him or making excuses for him. It's just not giving him too much credit, where you're deflecting accountability off of other people that have been doing this long before he was in power.
And to Bezos' point, I think it's like the dude's, in my opinion, a fucking idiot. So the idea that he's Thanos pulling all the strings, no, I don't.
No, I agree.
I think he's a useful idiot. I think he's a good tool, and and I don't think he even knows it a lot of the time. You know, I think he's just not taking advantage of, but I think they use him.
He's handled
because he's in power, and handled is a better word to say. Again, Liz.
Hey Burns, you gotta tell your name one day to us, like Golden Dome generals are gathering in their masses at Huntsville AI Space Command this week. Get ready, welcome to the Thunderdome. And with that, I'll try step so supers. Well, I mean, we'll miss you. So, I don't know what's happening with Golden Dome, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not tracking this either, but that is interesting. I know there's a lot of stake about Space Command and stuff going on right now. We talked about that on our Friday show.
I wish we had I wish we operated in a way, these independent journalists, where we picked up on each other's stories, because there are people who are investigating what happened with Space Command. There are people who are investigating the scientists that I did one episode on the scientists, and I think I'm going to do another one. All of this ties in, Nate. It's crazy how these people operate. They have their little agents everywhere, and we are focused on major issues where we should be focused kind of everywhere. But it goes to show, like, how much time do you have a day? And my
don't, it's hard.
You know?
Yeah,
so,
you're right. You can only focus on so many things, right?
Yeah.
As an independent creator, because like we don't have a team behind us, you know.
Yeah.
Good day, Nate. Half of Trump's posts the past year have sounded like a maddening combination of Larry Loomer and that little goblin Mark Levine. A lot of people think that she's got control of his X account or his True Social account. So some of the stuff does sound like it's old scary Larry ranting.
Loomer is out of control. Like,
she
Loomer
is
is out of control. Yeah.
Loomer's in the chat. We have some great Loomer emotes as well.
How many of you think that he's actually into Tucker? I've been saying that to her. Like, I'm like, I piss her off when I say that, and like, you can tell that it gets on her nerves. I always say, Tucker is one man you can't have, ugly bitch. Like, he's the one man you can't have. She gets so mad. Like, so I told her, like, I know you're into him, but Tucker has never cheated on his wife. Like, that's
and if he was going to, it wouldn't be.
It would have been you. It would have been you.
You ever see the video of her in the bar and she was like over some
sexually
kid?
Sexually harassing that dude.
Oh my gosh, that is.
And then what Milo said? Oh my god.
I feel bad for men, guys. Like, that is a sexual harassment, and they men never get recognition. Like, there are seriously
100%.
You know, nasty women who do that, and it's like, if you're a man, shut up. Like, no, that is really weird. You know,
especially in positions of political power. That's
exactly.
the thing that
Exactly.
People don't actually hear about all the time. I love MAGA and TPUSA, And then, as you can see, the profile picture says, I put the retard in retarded. So I get it. This is a good comment to the profile picture joke right there. If you weren't actually paying attention. Ryan says, I referred back to Rugged Tuft on Veterans Day, saying Trump was owned by our greatest ally, and we would turn on the American people way back in 2015. Now that's a wild call. I'd have to go back and see that. Here we go.
Hey Liz, I sent you something, Nate, but I think I sent it the wrong time. But hey Liz, do you spell Zelensky with 1 or 2 Y's? You know, I spell Zelensky personally, me, with I. Like, correct. We gotta pull that out.
Bases,
Yes.
AI.
Yes, that is so funny. We gotta pull that out. So with I, but it's actually spelled with 1 Y, as I believe. Although I mean, you can spell it with like an as emoji, I guess. I don't know.
Nate, what do you and the panel think are that the odds are that our greatest ally is behind the wildfires now sweeping across the West? Evacs everywhere. Well, they were behind the wildfires in Argentina, 100%. But
Totally.
the ones in the West, man, I live in Oregon. The forest fires are always terrible here every single year, and I'll be honest with you, it's because of policies that do not allow our forest department to properly take care of the forest to stop the wildfires for a lot of different reasons. This was stuff my dad was dealing back with the snowy owl back in like 92 politically here in Oregon, so probably not. You know, as much as I like to blame them for everything, this is probably one I'm probably like, it's probably just poor policies. And wildfires are just tough here in the Pacific Northwest in the summer.
Right,
way too
but
small.
they're not going to use that knowledge
We the People
to
Movement, 13
cause
articles.
fires, you don't think?
Into my expert. Okay. Can we test for lead poisoning and not listen to Lane, Don, McLean, John Mellencamp, or Journey at restaurants anymore? Enough. Or, wait, Journey? I love Journey. You want to listen to Journey? Don't Stop Believing? You know that song, Liz?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's
Love
talking
it.
about. I don't know about the other ones. I'm not a big John Mellencamp guy.
That's the only song I know of his.
Tea Party got hacked by MAGA? True. Odds are that and it's the same people.
It is the same
fuckers
people.
that took the Tea Party
Exactly.
down. The Rubios, the Grahams, the Levines, the Shapiros. It's the
Exactly.
exact same group of people that did it, that destroyed the Tea Party, that destroyed MAGA. Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
Liz.
We gotta invite this guy one time. Like I mean, part of this. We were lied to about the U.S. Civil War. The state once had sovereignty, power was consolidated. Also lied to about World War II. I would agree with both, actually. Sovereignty lost to NATO, UN 2030. Up next, where's sovereignty? So yeah, NATO and UN are globalist organizations. NATO was never an American organization. It is an organization that this globalist created for a reason, in my opinion. Much like Tucker said, I'm super anti-NATO. I think it's a terrorist organization. I think it's only there to disrupt. It's never there to defend. So yeah, I think it's time we left NATO because the United States Army and military in general is powerful enough without these clowns. And we should be by ourselves. We should fight for this country, no one else.
Yeah, and like you think about it, I was talking about this on Friday. Why do we have 50,000 troops in Germany? You know how much money that costs for
Yep.
when they base with military base in a foreign country with 50,000 American troops? Billions of fucking dollars. That's just one example.
Yeah.
So I'm all about having strong alliances and ties with our European allies, but I don't think we need NATO to fucking defend them.
Not at all.
So,
We can do it how it's been done, Nate, for centuries, which is if we are true ally with someone else, we can always help them in whatever war. We've been doing that with Ukraine, even though they are absolutely not our allies and never were, and we should not give
neither is Israel, for those of you
Neither
who
is
don't know.
Israel.
And you know what? I really hate to like sit here and act like I'm like shilling for Trump, but I believe that we have to be honest and give credit where credit's due, because there was a time where Trump was speaking out about America leaving NATO, and everybody was like jumping up and down before any of this stuff was, you know, like really transparent and anybody knew. Especially.
However,
like,
you gotta have context. Why is Trump talking about leaving NATO? It's not for the reasons why Liz is saying.
No, of course, of course.
The reason why Trump is saying it is because Turkey is a NATO ally and Israel wants to go with war with Turkey, and we need to leave NATO so the United States can go to war with Turkey on behalf of Israel.
Oh yeah, no, that's not a good
Mine.
reason.
Right.
That's
Liz
not-
is
I didn't
bringing
think
up
of that.
Good reasons. Trump has completely different nefarious reasons for why he wants to.
Yeah, they've been eyeing on Turkey for the longest time. Like they tried to
That's
first
fucked.
first they tried to
Yeah.
kill Erdogan. By the way, I don't know if you guys know this. He got poisoned.
All right, I'm out, y'all. I'm gonna go and relax until my aunt gets here, and then I'm gonna start another load actually. I love my washing machine. All right. See you guys later.